Honorable Governor, all friends, Vice Chancellors, Directors, a very, very good morning. It's a time where we do an audit of ourselves, thanks to the Government of India for doing this NARF ranking on a yearly basis, which gives us a synchronization point where we could assess what we have done so far, what we have done best, what we can do better, and also give us some very interesting pointers of how we can shape our institutions so that we achieve certain very high important national goals. So with this, I'll be making a short presentation where I will also try to tell you what has been changed from NARF 2023 to 2024, some parameters that have changed, and some things that IIT Madras had done over the last year, which had helped us to retain the #1 position in the engineering and overall category, and also #2 position in the research and innovation category. And also some points that I would like to share with all of us so that we could concentrate on those to keep consistently improving our ranking on a yearly basis. So the ranking parameters, we must tell you that NARF is probably the only government-initiated ranking parameter across the globe. We have other international rankings which are actually done by private agencies. And this essentially has captured some of the national perspectives, some of the national academic needs in a very comprehensive manner. Friends, the ranking parameters need to be, there are a lot of non-measurable parameters. So, but if we are going to arrive at a ranking, we need to translate those into something that is measurable and something that is verifiable. So, there are parameters which are difficult to measure or difficult to verify, and that cannot be a parameter in the rankings. And what we had done over the period of time, if you look at NARF, many of what we thought could not be verified or which could not be quantified, we have slowly brought in a process by which we could bring them into a verifiability and a quantifiability criteria. So that is what we are doing as we progress in this NARF ranking over the last 9 to 10 years. Now these are the parameters. One thing is the teaching and learning resources, which constitutes around 30%, 30% for research and professional practice, 10% for perception, unlike the international ranking which goes up to 40 to 45% for perception, 10% for outreach and inclusivity, and 20% for graduation outcomes. Now these are some of the acronyms, but I'd like to point out some 2 or 3 of them. For example, FPPP, which is the footprint of projects and professional practice and executive. The ESCS, which is the economically and socially challenged students, how we are handling them. And there is also a new parameter, which is GPHD. It has been there for quite some time, but now fine-tuned this year. Metric for number of PhD students graduated. And of course, there are other things that have been there. There is a parameter on IPR, which is IPR and patents filed, published, granted, and licensed. And then we also have a very interesting combined metric for publication. So these are some of the new things that had come up this year, or certain things that have been refined from the last year. So these are some of the acronyms. So we'll be repeating some of them during the presentation. So just to give you a glimpse of that. As you see, friends, if you go through these parameters, very, very clear that we have captured almost everything that as a country we expect from an academic institution. Sorry. Now, if you look at teaching learning resources, the student strength is given 20% of this weightage, right? And so, and why we are giving that? Because we are a large country and we require larger institutions. So we are looking at student strength institutions that have larger student strength are the need for the country. Faculty strength ratio, the student ratio, is very important because it directly is proportional to the quality of teaching. More the personal care that we can give per student is something that the student benefits from. And the faculty with PhD, it actually indirectly measures quality of research and teaching, and good mix of senior, mid, and junior is a requirement here. The senior, mid, and junior requirement essentially captures a good succession planning that the university could put in place, so that for a long-term sustainability of many of the research that they are taking is a very, very important parameter. And of course, financial resource and utilization is directly proportional to the facility we give to the students. And then online education. Friends, today 40% of the courses can be taken online, and that essentially means that there are many institutions with many expertises. Every institution cannot be expert in everything. So we are now saying that 40% of the credits can be taken online. Essentially means that the students can take the best of all the institutions available in the country. And that is what we have enabled through Swayam Plus. And this parameter pushes for a forward-looking institutions. Basically, NEP has recommended online and other alternative mode of education, and this is given a 15% weightage in this TLR. So what I'm trying to tell you is what is the rationale behind coming out with these percentages, and the reason for why these are figuring in these parameters. And when you come to the research and professional practice, publications are given 30, so measures quantity of research, and normalization is papers per faculty. So this essentially even enables institutions that are relatively new, which have lesser number of faculty, also to compete nicely because of the normalization, because we are not calculating the total number of papers, but we are taking papers per faculty. And the citations, we are given 30%, are a measure of quality, and the normalization in terms of citations per paper allows smaller institutions to compete. Patents granted plus published. Even published patents are given weightage here, and it also accounts for the relevancy of research. Friends, in the ANRF, the stress is more on transformational or translational research. Essentially, research that gets translated into a product that is relevant to the society. So just publication is not going to take us so far. It must be translated into something that is for social good. And that's why there is a 15% weightage for patents, with a great expectation that these patents will become relevant. SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, are becoming extremely important. UN has 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and all the international rankings have a sustainability parameter itself. I'm sure within the next couple of years, probably even next year, there will be a sustainability vertical, and I'm sure that has large scope for many institutions to participate. And India as a country, we have given certain assurances to the UN in meeting these sustainable development goal, and it's very, very important that all institutions in their education, in their research, in their practice, in their skill development must concentrate on SDG. And so there is a 10% weightage given for research and professional practice in SDG. And of course, research projects measures quantity of research. Again, this normalization comes from papers per faculty. So these are all some of the important parameters and the rationale why we have these weightages to a large extent. Now, graduation outcome is very, very important. So there is a median salary, and 25 marks is measured for ranking engineering institutes. And one is percentage graduated in stipulated time. This parameter measures the administrative efficiency of an institute. And the number of PhD students graduated per year. This parameter ensures that a good mix of UG and PG students are present in an institution, ensures better research environment. We believe that PhD students will form groups with the undergraduate students and postgraduate students to form a research culture within the institute, which is very, very important for innovation and entrepreneurship and the research output of our country. So then outreach and inclusivity, the regional diversity is given 30. That is, we want from other states, private institutes actually benefit quite significantly from this, while state university used to suffer for this because of the internal quota that they have for the respective states. And that is why a new category was created this year for the state universities. Women diversity, 50% in students. I think that's also something which is very important, and 20% in faculty. This takes care of the gender equality. And economically and socially challenged students, we are given 20%. As a country, we need to have this inclusivity and democratize the opportunity, and that is basically captured in that parameter. And physically challenged students, facilities for these students. This ensures, again, inclusivity and equal opportunity for everyone. And then there is a perception parameter, where the employers and the academic peers' perception. This measures the quality of the outgoing students and measures the quality of teaching and research of an institute from a third-party perspective. And we have given 10% for that. Now, friends, these are some of the very important things. NIRF is a very comprehensive ranking framework. It has components for industrial research, translational research, corporate social responsibility research. This is completely missing in other international rankings. Regional diversity, gender equality, and some of these parameters, if addressed properly, will certainly improve our NIRF ranking. And we are one of the most transparent here. It closely captures India's specific commitments for higher educations. And what we have done, inspired by this, to keep up our flag flying, IIT Madras has outpaced every other IITs in patents filing. We had 382 patents filed in the last financial year. And we have startups. The IIT Madras Research Park helps us. We have 370 plus startups. They are valued at close to 47,000 crores. IIT Madras is also committed to ensure regional diversity and gender equality in its campus, and this effort has been recognized in our performance on these particular aspects of ranking. And IITM has connected with local community through multiple teaching-related programs, the Vidya Shakti program, the other electronic kit program, etc. And we have CSR projects which has helped improve the perception of IIT Madras among industries and academia. And we have new initiatives like the medical school, the School of Sustainability, and recently a school for interdisciplinary studies, which give us an edge in the years to come. So the key initiatives by IIT Madras, which I thought we should share with all of you, so that all of you can concentrate on these 6 very interesting parameters which are well within your control, so that you could improve your ranking in the coming years. We also have 2 more parameters where we need to improve in terms of innovation and research. We have been at 2 for quite some time. We are trying our best to push to 1. One is that improving the gender equality and regional diversity among students and faculty. A concentrated attempt on this will give you a very good edge, and creating a committee which will ensure quick data collection and verification, and that is also very important. So many times we miss several data which could have been projected, and when you run a multifaceted institution with many, many departments, etc., this is on a daily basis. So we have now made a collection mechanism, an accumulation mechanism. We believe that every day there is going to be an NIRF ranking. So every day morning we can go and submit the data. So we have automated this, and that really is helping, and I'm sure any help in this direction, we can also basically share some of the process that we are following. And creating awareness among faculty for quality publication outcome. Friends, we must concentrate on Q1 and Q2 journals. Q3 journals are rarely cited. So Q1 and Q2, and basically talk about this through multiple social media and email communications. That is a research, and this has come out, and that is very, very important. And identifying new areas of growth and creation of new centers, it's very, very important to keep up the contemporary research up, like what we had done in terms of medical sciences, in the School of Sustainability, School of Interdisciplinary Studies, School of Sustainability is something that we strongly recommend, because that's going to give you a lot more projects, a lot more insights, a lot more CSR. I think that is something which we strongly recommend. And please focus on translational research, including push for patents and startup. And that is going to be the next generation. India must become a startup country, and that is something very important for each academic institution. And internationalization of IIT Madras has helped the institute in many ways. I'm sure many colleges do have very good international partners. Please concentrate on that. Please build international research networks, and I think that's going to be extremely crucial for this. So all this, friends, let us take this ranking as an audit, third-party audit. The rank is just an integer, but the message it conveys is extremely important. And we aspire to improve that rank with an intention and objective that we improve our respective institutions. And if we take that approach, I think this is a most healthy competition. I again thank the Raj Bhavan and the Honorable Governor for giving this opportunity to share. All of us can take all the best from each one of us and make Tamil Nadu proud. This year, I think we have around 45 institutions in the top 200 or 300, 100 or 200. I think that must double over a period of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now welcome the presentation from Anna University, Chennai. And you have been given 7 minutes duration, sir. Thank you.
Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R.N. Ravi, most respected Secretary to Governor, Thiru Kirillosh Kumar IAS, most respected Vice Chancellor of various universities, special invitees, very good morning to all of you. At the outset, I would like to thank the Honorable Governor for having organized this conclave for excellence in higher education in Tamil Nadu. And I am pleased to present Okay. I'm pleased to present Anna University's position vis-a-vis other educational institutions in the various NIRF ranking categories established by Ministry of Human Resource and Development. Next slide. Only state university which is ranked, which has figured in the top, in the top 10. In the university category, we have significantly improved our position over the last 3 years, from 20 in 2022 to 13th in the NIRF 2024 edition. And in the engineering category, we have slipped by 1 position, and in the research and in the overall category, we have figured in top 20. At this juncture, I would like to thank the government, both the state government and central government, and all the authorities for having provided unwavering support in enhancing the academic research and innovation ecosystem at Anna University. Also, I would like to thank all the stakeholders, the research collaborators, faculty members, staff members who had helped in figuring in top 20 in all the categories. In the state public university innovation category, university category, engineering research, and overall category. In this slide, we have compared Anna University's performance in the university category across all the 5 major parameters, parameter-wise. There are 5 major parameters, and one of the major parameters is teaching learning resources. And in the teaching learning resources, there has been a steady improvement in the TLR score. And the improvement in the TLR score can be attributed to the following factors. We have successfully completed our recruitment, the faculty recruitment, and 161 faculty members have been appointed in the various positions at Anna University in the last year. And this has resulted in improving our faculty-student ratio, and as a result, we have improved our faculty-student ratio score. That is, in the metric, FSR metric, our score got improved. And all the faculty members appointed recently are PhD holders, and as a result, it has contributed in improving our score in the faculty qualification metric. So this is the second factor which has helped. And the third factor